Hey guys, what's up? I'm here with the new horror pack, and let's just see what's inside. For those of you who don't know, the horror pack is a monthly subscription service where they send you 4 random Blu-ray or DVD copies of horror films. This is once a month. It's $20 for the DVDs, and I think $25 for the Blu-rays. It's not bad pricing at all, and this is the DVD pack that I'm trying to unsuccessfully open with a fucking axe. Alright. Ah! I thought I cut myself for a second. Alright, let's sit this down before I end up actually fucking cutting my hand off. Alright. So, yeah, it's essentially a subscription service where they offer you the choice of Blu-rays or DVDs. I hear they're actually going to start a thriller like a thriller pack, and it's going to have like thriller films in it instead of horror films, which will be interesting. But this is 4 movies. It looks like 2 of them have slip covers. So, yeah, let's just dive right in. First one. Let's hope it's something good. It's, ooh. I mean, I've heard this movie is terrible, but, hey. So, this is the Night of the Living Dead in 3D. I already own this, but it's only in 2D. This actually comes with the 3D glasses, but we're gonna do what we always do here on this in this series, and we're gonna open it. I know this one has Sid Haig in it, who is Captain Spaulding. Most famously, he was also in Galaxy of Terror in the 80s. It was like an 80s sci-fi horror film where a woman gets raped by a giant maggot or something. I can't remember much of that movie, but he was also in Spider Baby, the Jack Hill film. I haven't seen Spider Baby, but I know he was in it. So, yeah, it comes with 4 pairs of 3D glasses. That's honestly really kick-ass. I dig it. Night of the Living Dead 3D. I've heard this movie is terrible, but, hell. I'll give it a watch finally, even though I've owned it for years. Alright. I love getting movies that are in 3D because it's always a fun, cheesy gimmick. This next one is, it's a fucking Maneater series movie, which basically means this is either going to be really cheesily fun or just terrible. It's Yeti, from the fucking Maneater series, which was a series of like direct-to-video and or TV like creature feature movies. I remember one of them vividly. I used to own. I kind of regret selling it, even though it was really bad. But there's one I used to own that was called Vipers, and it was like about poisonous snakes. But Yeti. Hey, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen a good Yeti movie. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen a really good like Yeti horror film. But hey, this could be a first. I'm sure this movie is exponentially fucking awful. Just by looking at it, I can tell that. Just by looking at the, I don't want to say distributor, because Maneater Films is not a distributor. They just kind of like put it out under this whole, Maneater, it's monsters and animals attack. So this is like a fucking, there's a monster movie, a Yeti. All right, I guess I can fucking live with that. Next, Eli Roth presents The Stranger. This is actually, what's weird is I'm pretty sure they included this in the Blu-ray pack last month. Or no, wait. No, I think it might have been in the horror pack, or in the horror block last month. I remember seeing it in like Count Dracula, his unboxing. This is a Chilean horror film, like vampire film, produced by Eli Roth, who, I mean, Eli Roth, he gets a lot of hate, but I don't think he's that bad of a director. I mean, I like the Hostel movies to a certain extent. I enjoyed the hell out of Green Inferno and Cabin Fever. I mean, Cabin Fever also gets a pretty bad rap too, but I honestly don't have a problem with the film. So, let me just, I'm using my teeth and I got a fucking axe right there. This is how backwards my life is. And there's alternate artwork on the inside, which this alternate artwork is literally the same artwork, but the word "The Stranger" looks handwritten in blood. This is another one of those films that is like on IFC Midnight, and since Scream Factory has a contract with them, they have to release all of them. So technically, this is a Scream Factory release. I mean, I've heard a few good things about this movie, but I've also heard a lot of bad things about it. I'll have to look into it before I watch it. So yeah, so far it's a pack that is completely just made up of crap I haven't seen before, which is very rare. Oh shit! This one I've actually seen, and I was actually going to buy this when I was at Buybacks a few days ago, but I decided against it just because, and I'm happy because this is actually a movie I kind of like, even if it was ruined by the studio. It's a horror film called Hiss. This film is made by Jennifer Lynch, who is David Lynch's daughter. For those of you who are not familiar with David Lynch, I mean, he's a very prolific filmmaker, I would have to say. His two best movies are The Elephant Man and Eraserhead, and but both of those films are very good. And Rabbits, which I reviewed last Sunday for Easter. I reviewed Rabbits for Easter, and that one was really good too. And this is a film by his daughter. I've seen this one before, actually, and I'm happy I didn't buy this while I was at Buybacks, because then I would have 2 copies of it. But essentially, Hiss was going to be like this really kind of... Originally, how Jennifer Lynch wrote it, it was originally going to be a kind of complicated, kind of deep, meaningful story about something. But it was going to involve a snake goddess who can like turn into a giant snake, or turn into a snake woman at least. And that was basically the premise of it. It was going to be not really a horror film. It was going to be more of a kind of spiritualist, kind of traditional Lynch, Jodorowsky, traditional kind of Lynch, Alejandro Jodorowsky kind of thing, with there being multiple layers of like metaphor and symbolism. And after they shot the film, then she gave it to the studio. The studio told her, "Fuck you. We wanted a science fiction, not science fiction, but a fantasy horror film about a snake woman, not some deep spiritual kind of journey." So they completely recut and re-edited, and I think even reshot some of the scenes for the movie. And this actually drove Jennifer Lynch almost completely insane. And she hasn't made a movie since, and this movie came out like 10 years ago. Actually, it says 2011. So yeah, this movie came out like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But I'll be honest, I've seen this before. It's definitely not great, but I think it's a kind of fun, somewhat bad movie. Definitely a bad movie. There's a free digital copy with it that says it expires 2013. You see this shit. Expires, what, March 28th, 2013? It's gone now. I could have sold that on a fucking Google Plus group for $5, but I decided not to. But yeah, for once, you know, I was hoping for it to be a horror pack, one of those extremely rare horror packs where I had seen nothing in the pack. But sadly, no, it is another one where it's like almost nothing I know, and then one thing I'm familiar with, and maybe one thing I've owned before, which is the Night of the Living Dead 3D. But I need more 3D glasses anyway. I could have just ordered like a box of like 100 of them off Amazon for like $20, but that's way too much work, and that's way too much money. But anyway, guys, this is Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews. Yeah, that works. This is Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews, signing off. Peace.